Okay, while my girlfriend's gone, I decided I'm gonna do one more. All right, I'm on a roll today. I know it's shocking you guys, but sometimes sometimes when it comes to me, man, I want to talk to you guys about it. Okay, because I want you to really understand what it means to be outside the debt matrix. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a glimpse of what it's like to live on the other side of debt, like by not being in debt. Okay. I now understand that life is really not that expensive. It's not. I now understand the purpose of taxes. Okay, it's crystal clear the purpose of them. And to give you a hint of what I mean is for tax evasion is the very biggest hint of them all to tell you that there is another system that you cannot see, the very reason why you're trying to cheat the tax system. There's another system that you cannot see. And just because you can't not see it is no excuse. That's why the penalty is usually prison. But yet people still believe it's because of taxes that are keeping them down. No, it's just the opposite. You gotta take the time to understand. And once you're out of the debt matrix, I can clearly see the purpose of taxes. There's absolutely no reason to do it. Once you get out of the debt matrix, you can clearly see that. What it's like to live on the other side of debt. Out of all the things I financed in my life, and I've financed several cars, several houses, several credit cards this, several credit cards that, several finance tires, several financing phones, several. Never once did I realize that each time I did that, I also financed the taxes too. Never once did I see that. Here I've graduated from college with a 4-year engineering degree, making six figures, thinking that was a lot, whatever, right? I thought I made it. Never once did I realize that each time I financed anything in my life, I was financing the taxes too. Never once did I see that. That that shit right there, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. People cannot even see that. Never once did I realize all credit applications went by my gross income. Never once did I stop and think, why in the hell are they going by money that I'm never going to see? Why are they doing that? You know what I used to think? This is exactly how I used to think. Man, if they go by my gross income, I can get more car. That's exactly what I used to think in my freaking brain. Never once did I stop and say, why are they going by money that I'm never going to see? And this is the biggest one of all. How come I never once added up all the interest I paid, all the taxes I paid for whatever I was paying it for, added all that up because that was money that was already promised. Taxes and interest is already promised to somebody already. That's a guaranteed off the top. That's guaranteed. Never once did I add all that stuff up in my life and then compared it to the salary I was making, and had I did that and even added in and even add in all the time I was trying to be a team player, which that really means is give away the time in your life for absolutely free. And what that means is working off the clock for anything. I don't care if it's to look at a text for work. I don't care. That is work. You know how many times I did that for free? When I'm outside the debt matrix, sometimes I sit back and add up the freaking hours because I can't help it. That's what it feels like to live outside the debt matrix sometimes. When you wake up, when you decide to freaking wake up, when you decide to just trust mathematics, when, when you wake up to that and you find out that was the answer the whole freaking time, and you're going to realize how fast you could have become a millionaire so long ago, you are going to be so mad. It still angers me today. That angers me today. That angers me because now I'm 50. I look back, those of you guys listening to this broadcast, when I look back, I look back at my 20s, right? And I think to myself, you mean this whole time, all I had to do was trust my own math? And that was it? Somebody would have said, yep, that's it. Let me tell you something, you guys. The wealthy is not, they're not being greedy. They're not holding you back. They're not hoarding all the money. They're not mean and evil. Guess what the difference is between the wealthy and you? Mathematics. They trust math and you don't. Because if you trusted math, there is no way in hell you would ever even finance a telephone. A telephone? You are financing if you got a finance telephone, a finance telephone in your hand right now, you are in debt. And I mean bad. Don't get into like a finance car with negative equity rolled into the loan. Oh my God. You have no idea how buried deep you are. I'm telling you guys right now, this channel right here is going to be unlike any channel ever on YouTube. You guys don't even get it. And you know what's so crazy? If you come over here, have not a clue who I am, you know what's going to click to you in your brain? Mathematics. That's what's going to click in your brain. When you guys send me these videos to critique, I'm trying to tell you guys something, okay? It doesn't matter who you send to me. I will always win with mathematics. If I listen to their video and they start speaking debt, I'll know it. How will I know it? Because what they will say will not make mathematical sense. That's how I know it. If I listen to one and he's saying the right mathematical things, I'm going to agree with that person. But if they start saying things that don't make mathematical sense, there you go. That's the giveaway. It doesn't make mathematical sense. And each time they disagree, I can prove them wrong. Why? Mathematics. That's what it's like to live on the other side of debt. Now, the problem is, you know what comes with that? Especially when you're older. Once you understand how it all works and you see how easy it is to become a millionaire, having a job, having a 40-hour work week job for me right now would sound like prison. 2 weeks a year vacation. Even if you earn a vacation, you still only can use them on the days they approve. That is prison. And you earn those days, and people still accept it. If that's not in your face, I don't know what is. The problem is, I took my job too personally. That's where you mess up. And when you're in debt, you do that. You do things like that. When you're in debt, you take your job personally. But I promise you this, once you get out of debt, that nonsense will stop immediately. It will stop immediately because you will not allow it. You would never ever. I'm gonna tell you this. If I ever had to go back to the work to the work environment, it would be so hard for me to fit in because I wouldn't be accepting any of that. None of that would happen. None of that would happen. I accepted all that stuff because I was in freaking debt, man. Once you wake up, you know you're gonna be mad at yourself for a long time, man. Because the path to becoming a millionaire is not hard at all. You got to just you when you're in the debt matrix, you don't know who to trust. You don't know you don't know, is this real estate guy because he looks good? Look at his suit. Look how many views he has. He looks like he knows what he's saying. But if you don't know about money and you're in debt, you just don't know if he's telling you the truth or not. Once you're out of the debt matrix, that's not hard to spot at all. I'm going to tell you guys something that you cannot see when you're deep in debt. They're only fooling you. Half the people that you guys are probably following about finances, I guarantee you they are in debt. And I guarantee you something else. They have student loans that are older than their children, and they're giving you financial advice. That doesn't make sense at all. That right there should tell you their financial math is way off. Go to school for 4 years, but pay on your student loans for 20. That should tell you a lot about their finances right there. That's all you got to do to check, see if they know about the finances. Ask somebody you know, hey man, you still got your student loans? And if it's 10 or 15 years later, they told you everything you need to know about their finances right there. And they have not a clue that they told you because they think it's normal. I kept mine for 10 freaking years before I paid that thing off, man. You know, one thing I will not do to myself, I will not go back and add up the 10 years of interest I paid on that loan. I absolutely refuse to do it. Man, I absolutely refuse to do it. I do. because I'll be even more angry at myself. Oh my God, man. This is why I started this channel, because I absolutely refuse to have young men and women that they can have a fun, fulfilled, financially free life and join the other wealthy people. There's plenty of room for wealthier people. They're showing you every single day that there is room. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they're telling you all that there's plenty of room on the other side once you understand mathematics. There's plenty of room over here. They're making more money than you can ever make in 20 of your lifetimes, and you still don't believe you can do it? Yes, you can. All you got to do is believe in mathematics. The wealthy understand wealth is not money, it's time. The more time you own, the more time you have the freedom to make as much money as you wish. It's really that simple. It's a double-edged sword, though, you guys. You better believe it. Because once you cross over, there is no going back. That's the best way I can explain it to you. Once you make up your mind and say, hey, this is the life I want, there is no going back. I have not a clue how this is going to turn out. I have not a clue. I have no idea what it's going to turn into. I have no idea. But you know what? I know it is. Can I explain it to you how I know that it will be? No, I can't explain it, but I know it will be. You know why? Because I know the majority. This is how I know for a fact this is going to turn into something so big. This is how I know. And I'm going to tell you guys, the answer. It's this simple. The majority of Americans don't trust math. I do. That's how I know. That's it. That's it. That's the answer right there. I'm telling you how it's going to happen. Anybody that says, "Hey, LJ's wrong," or he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't have a this degree, he doesn't have a that degree, and then I'll say, "Whatever, is my math right?" They're always going to say yes. If they don't, they will expose themselves to you because you guys have calculators. Everybody has a calculator app on their phone. That's how I know. Yes, Trina, it's correct. And this is what I'm saying to you, Trina. This is exactly what I'm saying to you. Trina says the majority of Americans can't do math. And this is what I'm saying to Trina. You do the exact opposite, and you use math and trust it. You will become a millionaire. If you decide to go out and finance a car, but you take a moment to do the math to see what it will cost you if you did, you will never finance a car again. That's how you become a millionaire. That's how you do it. That's it. That's the answer. Had I known this in my 20s, I would have been a millionaire a long time ago. And even when I think back now, I don't know. When I think back now, I would have been working at my hardest to create my own business from day one. Now I would have been figuring that out. That's number one. Just know right out the gate, a job is not going to get you the life that you really want, that you dream about. A job is not going to get it. A regular job is not going to get it. You're going to have to figure out something. I've figured mine out. This is mine. When I can go up to a friend and say, hey, man, you know it's not a good idea to keep a student loan for 15 years, right? You know how much interest you're paying. And they look at me and say, what? What are you talking about? And then I'm going to look at you guys and say, see, that's what I mean. That's how I know I'm going to become a billionaire. If I can look somebody dead in the eyes and say, hey, you know what? You know you're not a homeowner if you have a 30-year mortgage, and they look at me and say, what are you talking about? I'll look at you and say, see, that's what I mean. That's how I'm going to become a billionaire. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Big Dose says, LJ, what's the best way to build credit if I'm working with limited money because I'm disabled right now? Get one credit card, just one, right? Use that credit card wherever you would use your debit or your cash, use that everywhere. But at the end of the month, you pay that credit card off in full. Okay? You pay no interest. You pay it off in full. You keep doing that, but you're just spending money on things that you normally would buy anyway if you had the money, right? You just use the credit card, use the credit card, use the credit card, because then that'll make you stick with what you're going to use. If you know you're going to pay it off at the end of the month, trust me, you're going to start keeping track of what you're spending money on. I promise you, right? And then you pay it off in full in the end of the month, and then you don't pay interest, and you increase your credit score. I'm telling you guys, once you guys get on the other side of debt, this stuff is so obvious. Everything is so obvious. And I'm telling you guys this, okay? The only thing that is making me sound smarter than you about this subject, is that the only thing I'm doing is using mathematics. That's it. I want you guys to make sure I'm making it clear that's the only difference between you and me. I woke up one day, I realized I wasn't trusting math, and then I changed into trusting math, and then I started winning with money. That's the only difference. I promise you, that's it. What it do, family? Okay. Gabriel says, but can't you have a regular job and still be financially free? Yes. Oh, yes, I have to make this work. Oh, so I'm going to have a regular job. Okay. Don't let me fool you about this. I'm not rich. This is what I believe in, and this is what I'm going to do. And I'm actually telling you guys why I'm going to be successful. And the only thing I'm telling you is this: the majority of the people in the world don't trust mathematics. I decided to trust math, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I know it will be successful, because nobody will be able to call me a liar or say I'm not telling the truth. And I'm telling you guys this: nobody will be able to say that. Nobody. How do I know this? Because I trust mathematics. Okay? That's the and once you decide to trust math, that's it, man. You're winning. But if you're a person that has a lot of student loan debt and you don't believe you're ever going to pay it off, guess what? You'll never know what I'm talking about. It'll be mathematically impossible for you to know. And that's the hardcore truth. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. If you are in so much student loan debt and you don't think you'll be able to pay it off, guess what? You will never, ever be able to feel the feeling of financial freedom, what I'm trying to describe to you, because it will be mathematically impossible for you to. Excuse me. That's what it's like to live on the other side of debt. I'm never going back. I want you guys to hear it in my voice. Um, you see how many times I get on, I do this, and every time most of you guys come here, even if you're new or not, you come here and say, damn, he's talking about something I've never heard of. And the only difference between what you've heard and what I'm telling you is mathematics. I trust math. That is it. I no longer believe I'm a homeowner while I have a mortgage. Math says that's not true. Okay, math, I believe you. So that's it. I believe math. Math says, hey, man, if you keep financing phones, you'll never get out of debt. And that's what math told me. I said, oh, crap. All right, math, I'll agree with you. That's it. That's it. Math even says feelings don't matter when it comes to me. Okay. So it doesn't matter what your friends think. If you get the old phone, the new phone, this and that, it doesn't matter what they think. That's what math is. That's what math told me. Math says it doesn't matter what they think. I will always be the same, no matter how they feel about me. I said, okay, math, I believe in you. That's it. And for me, once I removed debt out of my life, that's how I found my passion. This is how I found you guys. This is how you guys have found me. If I didn't go for my passion of what I felt to get out of debt and create this would have never been born if I didn't believe in what I felt. Why? Because I never knew debt free even existed. I never knew it existed because I had been in debt all my life and believed it was normal. Once I got out of debt and realized that that was not true, then I realized it. The people of debt free speak a whole different language than people in debt. People in debt have a pattern with the things they do when they start cheating on taxes. You guys have no idea how obvious that is. That is so obvious when you start cheating on your taxes. That is so obvious. And it's repetitive because the majority of the people in the US believe it's because of taxes why they're losing in money. That's what they believe, and they're further from the truth. And so they start all doing the same things. Hide money here, put this there, put it in that person's name, this person's name. It's just the same old stuff, different way, different century, different decade, whatever. It's still the same pattern. When all you got to do is just follow the rules and just take a minute and step back and say, damn, wait a minute. Why is it that if I cheat on my taxes, I can go to prison? Why is that? Just take a step back and wonder why that is. There's a reason why that is. If you get out of debt, you will see the reason. I promise you, you guys, if you get out of debt, you will clearly see the purpose of taxes. The ones you can see, and even the ones you cannot see. They're just buried in everything, and you cannot see them when you're in debt. You borrow from your 401k, you think that's free money. You're not getting taxed on it. Yes, you are. You're getting taxed with money that you cannot see because you're in debt. If you were in debt, you would never borrow from your 401k ever. Borrowing from your 401k alone is a sign of you are in debt. You're borrowing from your future to pay for your present. That doesn't make any sense. Let me say that slower. You're borrowing from your future to pay for your present. That means you're not going to have no future. People still don't see it. I don't even want to get into that one. There's so much phantom income up in that up in that bad boy. They'll never see that in a million years. People don't see they get double taxed every single time they do this kind of stuff. One you can see, and then there's one you can't see. And no, I'm not telling a secret. It's not even a secret. Calling it a secret is making it a secret. It's not a secret. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I say this. You know how many people are going to actually hear it? Probably 1 out of 50. But that's all part of the system too, because we need more and more wealthy people to create things to keep the economy going. We need a lot of wealthy people that understand how it works, and they contribute the way they're supposed to contribute and make things work the way they're supposed to work. And as long as they work, that's how it's going to be. You'll be rich forever anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's what it's like, you guys. That's what it's like. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. That's it for tonight. You guys got 3 out of me. I'll holler at you later. Bye.